Welcome back to Inka Tech, a channel dedicated to showing you phone reviews, web development, and gadgets all around. If you're new here and find my videos helpful or useful, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. Alright, let's get to it. Today we'll be checking out the TCL 30XE 5G. This device was released in March of 2022 and it is TCL's latest edition of their mid-range 5G model phones. Retailing for $199.99, this 6.52-inch display is powered by NXT Vision. The price of this device may vary based on your carrier, so check with them before purchasing. As the name suggests, the device is a 5G model of its previous TCL 20XE predecessor. Removing the device from the box, you can see how familiar the design looks from its previous model. We'll get more into the specs of the phone shortly, but let's put this device aside and take a sneak peek of the rest of the stuff. Underneath this slab of panel cardboard, you can see TCL is treating their customers quite nicely by providing them with a wall charger and a USB-C to A cable. I'm only going to assume that maybe sometime in the future TCL will also do away with their wall chargers to be quote-unquote eco-friendly. In the panel, we can see the SIM injector tool, which allows us to swap our SIMs. Opening the side flap, we see a sealed quick start guide for the device. I'm a big fan of these, as it allows people to get acquainted with the device. As you can see from this guide, you get everything from replacing the SIM card to optimizing the battery life. And most important of all, how to secure your device in case it gets lost or stolen. So great job TCL for keeping it old school, with a starter guide for users who are starting off with their first smartphone. Okay, now moving on to the main event, the TCL 30XE 5G. In the front, we see the V-shaped bezel that holds this 6.52-inch screen along an 8-megapixel front-facing camera. On the right of the device, the volume rockers and power button have been moved towards the middle, while at the bottom, it houses a USB-C input with two speakers, one for calls and the other for video or gaming audio. On the left of the device, we have the SIM tray, which has been moved to the bottom alongside the TCL name. On the top of the device, we have the typical 3.5mm headphone jack and a small speaker. And finally, on the back of the device, we have triple AI power cameras, a 13-megapixel main camera, a 2-megapixel depth sensor camera, a 2-megapixel macro camera, and of course the LED right underneath. And how can you forget the backplate fingerprint sensor? The TCL 30XE 5G does come with 4500 milliamps of battery, so even though I'm running on 50% of its battery, it will take some time before it dies. Let me turn battery saver on to continue showing what comes stocked on this device. As you can see on the second screen, we have a new stock app additions to optimize the usage of this phone. Clicking on the Optimize app, you can see it powers up to clear any memory that may be used in excess. To test this out, I'm going to open a few apps just to retest this and see if it clears or closes the apps. Nothing really happened, so I can only assume it's there for long-standing apps. I'm just gonna close everything out and move on over to Gamebox. For those who are new to the TCL game, this is an app that houses all apps that are commonly used on the phone. One great thing I do see here, which most Android phones are missing, is the transferring of data made easy. Now, I haven't tested this app with other Android devices, but I can say from TCL to TCL, it works seamlessly. But the main breadwinner here is that it's super easy to access iCloud for those moving from an iPhone to Android. TCL has made the effort effortlessly, to say the least. I'm going to move back to Smart Manager because this is really useful. Comparing to Samsung's device care, Smart Manager condenses the phone's most looked at options and puts them all in this app. Options such as saving your battery, to turning off notifications for certain apps like Google or Facebook, to once again clearing internal memory to keep the device running smoothly. I gotta say though, if it's already optimizing the memory from this Smart Manager app, what is the purpose of the optimization app? Now, moving over to the camera, man was I impressed by the 13-megapixel AI camera, and the 2-megapixel cameras as well. When taking a still photo with the 13 megapixels, you can actually see small details of my desk. Given that the room was well lit, these photos did come back with a decent resolution. However, when I tried to take a portrait photo, the camera did have some trouble with its depth sensor, as you can see from here. There's some improvements that are still needed, but for the price of this device, the camera is quite remarkable. When it comes to the audio of the TCL, however, it's not that great. Stuck with only one speaker at the bottom, it does struggle to sound adequate or to even enjoy a video or game. The 90Hz refresh rate does counteract for the lack of great sound.
This man killed my uncle. He's still out there.
Everybody needs help sometimes, Peter. Even Spider-Man.
Finally, the TCL 30XE 5G does come with two great features in my opinion. Number one, the ability to transfer data to nearby devices through beaming. And number two, the 4500 milliamp battery of this device will last you a while. As you can see, I started this device at 15%, and over an hour of using it and testing, it only went down 3%. The only downfall here is that the amount of time to fully charge does take quite a while. Even using the 18-watt fast charger did not charge the phone in less than 30 minutes, as they supposedly say. Alright techies, this has been a review of the TCL 30XE 5G. Overall, I am impressed by the photo quality and battery, but not so much on the audio or even quote-unquote fast charger. I would rather rate this device a 7 out of 10. I hope you found this video helpful, and if so, consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. Until next time, Inka Tech